Bum-ba-da-dum! Howdy, welcome to BanjoBenClark.com, your favorite place online to learn how to play the guitar, the banjo, and the mandolin. Here at BanjoBenClark.com, I put a new video up every week. I rotate banjo, mandolin, guitar, where I teach a 20 to 30 minute lesson showing you how to play. And we have fun around here too. Today we're going to work on some really cool rhythm stuff, okay? I love fast rhythm, but I love more than that, accurate rhythm. And I remember back when I was starting to play, I was really frustrated because I couldn't hit the right notes with my right hand whenever I'd want to do the alternating bass patterns. So what I did was I built an exercise for myself that really made me more accurate, and I know it can make you more accurate too. So I'm going to play it for you here in a little while, then we're going to start teaching you through it. If you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, here in a little while I'll ask you to go over to BanjoBenClark.com where you can be a Gold Pick member like so many of you have. Thank you. And you can watch hundreds of videos there, download hundreds of tabs just like the one we're looking at today. We had 3 different exercises here today. I'm fixing to play them for you on 2 tab papers. Okay, so I've got the PDF file over there and the TEF file, which is really cool. Listen to this exercise and we're going to learn how to pick it. I get lots of emails to not only teach songs, but also to teach exercises showing you how to practice, how to get better. And so I think that a good way to do that is to learn songs, but every once in a while we need to work on some of our, just some of our technique. Okay, now years ago when I was playing rhythm, trying to learn how to play rhythm, I'd want to play some alternating bass rhythm. That just means that we're going to play different strings with our right hand, or if you're left-handed, your left hand, after each time we strum the chord. So it looks something like this. Just kind of simulating what a bass guitar would do. But I get really frustrated because as I'd try to do that, it seemed like almost more times than not, I would miss one of these bass strings. It's just really hard for me to get accurate and hit these strings, so I'd have all kinds of mishaps. I miss strings or hit wrong strings. So what I thought I'd do is make up an exercise for myself where I could really isolate and spotlight this trouble I was having. That's what I want to give you today. We're going to go through this exercise 3 different times, each time adding another level of difficulty on, just to help you get better and better. We're basing this out of the key of G, so the 3 chords we're going to be playing is G, C, and D. Now the G chord that I'm playing is a big 4-fingered bluegrass G chord. It's just like a regular G chord, except I'm going to move my ring finger up to the 3rd fret of the B string, and then put my pinky right beneath it on the 3rd fret of that high E string, and then the bottom 2 notes are the same. Okay? It just gives a more full chord. That's just known as a G5 chord. Okay? And now if you want to just make the traditional G chord throughout this exercise, that's fine too. But the first time we go through it, starting there in measure 1, we're just going to use quarter notes. Okay? And I have the pick strokes labeled beneath each one of the notes. But when we're using just quarter notes, all of them are going to be downstrokes. And this is just pared down, stripped down as low as I can get it. And our goal here is to be very accurate with our right hand, because we're going to be, every time we come back and land on a downbeat, or on the 1st and 3rd beat, where a bass guitar would play, we're going to be switching strings. If you notice, I have a little method to that madness there. We're going to start out playing this bottom note, bottom G note, okay? Then we're just going to do a strum, and you'll notice my strum there on the 2nd beat is just the last 3 strings. Okay, we're not doing a full guitar strum. I just want to hear it. And I may end up hitting my D string in there too, but really what I'm concentrating on kind of playing is those last 3 notes. Just want a light strum. And we also want to accentuate our downbeats there, our bass notes, just to make sure that we get them good and loud and we're good and accurate. And that way it'll be obvious when we mess up. I promise you I'll mess up some in this lesson. But we're going to start out down there, then play a strum, and then our next time back on the 3rd beat of measure 1, we're going to play the 2nd fret of the A string, and then do another strum. Okay, so measure 1 just sounds like this. Cool. Now we're just going to keep going. Each time we play, we're going to skip a string. And so the 2nd measure, we're going to start on an open D string strum, and then come up to the G note and strum. Then all we're going to do for measure 3 is just start walking it back down. Cool. And then the last 2 beats of measure 4, we're walking into a C chord. So I'm just going to do 2 quarter notes on the A string. First one's open, second one on the 2nd fret. And that's just going to walk us into our 2nd line. But I have a whole video here on the site where I play it through slowly from the first to the last of the exercise. But let's just play measures 1 through 4 together. Ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Now we're going to carry that type of exercise over to a C chord. So measure 5, we're just doing our standard C chord. Okay, 1st fret on the 2nd string, 2nd fret on the 4th string, 3rd fret on the 5th. Regular C chord. We're going to start on this C note down here, and then you see what the right hand's doing. We're going to play a C note first, strum, then just move up a string. And for the 6th fret, move up 1 more string. Then just come back down. Measure 7. And then for the 2nd half of measure 7, I'm going to reach down with my ring finger on my left hand and grab the 3rd fret of that low E string. And I just do that because that's a very familiar thing that we're going to do when we're playing rhythm over the C chord. A lot of people, Tony Rice, a lot of those guys, they'll actually play a C chord with their pinky right here, then put their ring finger up above it so that they're not having to move back and forth. But I typically just move back and forth with my ring finger. So measure 7, and measure 8 would come back to our root note, that C note. Then 2 quarter notes on the D string this time. We're getting ready to go to a D note. That's what we do in measure 9. We're over a D chord, so we make our regular D chord. Okay. And this time we're going to change the direction. We're going to start on this D string and strum. Then we're going to start moving up. Okay, because that's where most of the action takes place when we're playing over a D chord. And that's what we're doing here. So measure 9, D note, then move down, hit the A note and strum. Then I'm going to wrap my thumb over and grab that 2nd fret on the low E string. Play that. If you can't reach that, that's fine. Maybe just play 2 A notes in a row. But measure 10, we play that. Move back to the A string. Then for measure 11, we're back to the D string. And then I want to go one more direction, or one more string down, or up, however you want to look at it. So I reach up and I play that G string as part of my chord there. So measure 11 sounds like this. Then we're going to come back to our D note for measure 12. And then we're going to reach down, do quarter notes down there, walking back up into our G chord, measure 13. And we're just going to wrap up this part of the exercise. And we're essentially going to do what we did in the first line. Walk back down. Then when we get to measure 16, we're wrapping it up. We're going to do bass, strum, and then 2 8th note strums. This is our only upstroke of this whole first time through. So measure 16 just sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Good. Now we're going to add 8th notes. Okay, this is going to up the skill level a little bit. But what this is going to do is just more greatly involve our right hand, so that we're having to do an upstroke and come back and hit the bass note that we want. So it's going to sound like this. Then later on we'll add hammer-ons just to get our left hand involved in it as well. Cool, let's check it out.